Hello everyone, Sidewin here. Today I'm going to be continuing my VTubing Basics series by explaining how you can create your own PNGTuber. You do not have to have artistic talent, but it can be useful. And to show a sample of what I'm going to be creating is right here on the side. This is a simple PNGTuber I made using the software I will be using in this video. Yes, it is based on Slimer. Yes, it is extremely simplistic. The idea here is just to show how to set up. I will be showing the steps of creating it in a drawing program and then how to put it in to an extent. I'm not going to be showing you my file systems. So, alright. I'll jump over to Krita here. This is the general drawing program I use. And really, I'm going to show how I set up a PNGTuber so that I can save the images you need. Basically, you need 4 images for a PNGTuber. One with eyes open and the mouth open. One with eyes closed and mouth open. One with eyes closed, mouth closed, and eyes open, mouth open. You know. So, the way I tend to do this is I have a drawing tool that lets me do layers. So in this case, I'm going to create 4 layers. And I'm going to make a ghost today for simplicity, because it should show my points without getting overly complicated. So basically, just going to draw out the shape of a stereotypical ghost in a sheet, and then just fill the area with white. So this is the body of the model, and I'll name it that. And this is something that will not change between the different versions. So then I'm going to draw the version with the eyes closed. So just draw 2 lines there, and now it's there. Then for eyes open, I'm going to use a separate layer to draw out the shape of 2 eyes. Around the same location that the 2 slits are. Yes, I am aware this is not very neat. I'll probably erase some of that just to clean up a little more, but yeah. So now you have the eyes and you can toggle back and forth. Then for the mouth, you need to create a version with the mouth closed. So again, I'm just going to go with a line. And then you have to create a version with the mouth open. So in this case, I'm just going to again draw another weird funky shape and fill it in with the black. And again, you can toggle back and forth between the 2. So at this point, I'm going to just go through and save a version of the image, each version individually as a separate PNG file. You can just click Save As, and then I'm not showing the pop-up, but it lets you name your file. And you will need to switch the file type to PNG, because by default, Krita and most drawing programs create a layered image, which is saved as a .cra in Krita's case. If you're using Photoshop, it'll be .psd. So the way I tend to name the files is essentially just literally stating what the different changes are between the formats. And you will have to compress some. You will have to, since you're converting to a PNG, then you have to compress the file. This does not significantly change image quality. I'm just making you aware what the program does there. Especially not with simple images like this. And then, okay, so now I have my 4 images. And I can move over to Veado tube. I'm going to move things around a little bit here and click on Veado. As you can see, it is now showing a transparent background. The things on the side here, this is showing what the volume cutoff is for when it'll talk. So there I stopped talking for a minute and it stopped moving the mouth. It only shows like this when you are moused over it, and then when you stop mousing over it, it just gives you the image. So then you want to create a copy of your current state. There will be a default model. These are my various experimentations. I'm not very proud of them. But you then go here, click replace image, and then it'll open a window, which you cannot see here. Again, to put in the image. So the first one at the top is open eyes, open mouth. So now you can see open eyes, open mouth, right? No, closed mouth. So clicked on the wrong one there. Open eyes, eyes open, mouth closed. Then here I'll replace the talking image. So eyes open, mouth open. As you can see, it is now flicking back and forth between the two images. But whenever it's blinking, you need to replace that as well. So closed mouth blinking, closed mouth, closed eyes, open mouth blinking, closed mouth open. Okay. So now I actually have the full ghost model set up. As you can see, it is moving with my talking, and you can put background images here too. But that basically is all you need to know to set up your own PNGTuber. Usually people will go a little more complex, and there is actually some fun stuff here that I think I'll show how you can mess around with. So as you can see when I'm not moused on it again, yeah. But you can do state effects. So for instance, this makes it jump from side to side or float around. And there's a couple of presets, and these trigger whenever you are talking, or you can go in state properties. There's a separate mode for pixels. And you can choose how often blinks happen and how long they last. So yeah, that's basically all you need to know to set up your own PNGTuber model. If you have questions about this, I can try to answer them in the comments. I'm not an expert on this. I don't personally use a PNGTuber. I know there's a way to get the background transparent, but I'm not going to fight with that at this second. So yeah. I will also share this model as a .veado file on my itch.io, linked below, and I will also link all the important links there. Thank you for watching.